Hey everybody, this is Terry with Domicile One Realty, and today we're going to talk about what happens when you overprice your home. Coming up. From time to time, you'll get a seller who is well-intended but still wants to float at higher price just to start out with, just to see what happens. And it's higher than what homes are going for in their subdivision for a like property, meaning condition, bedroom, square footage, all of that. They just want to test that out. And it's not uncommon to do, but there are some risks associated with it. And I just wanted to cover those here and how it's really important to stay in the reality of what the market prices are. So it's going to feel like we're doing a little economics class here just to get kicked off. Where the buyer demand crosses the active homes for sale, that's where we have our equilibrium or our price point. So again, a person might say, well, all prices aren't the same for all homes. And of course that's true, but I'm talking about in a particular area, in a subdivision, a like property to like property. I'm talking about that kind of equilibrium there. There are legitimate market forces that will pull that home price or those homes up or down. For example, you might have a scenario where like what if we have an interest rate reduction that was significant enough that would bring more buyers into the mix now? When there are more buyers and the supply stays the same, well, we're going to see a lift in the prices. Same with the supply issues. If we see more home builders putting out more homes and the supply is increasing, if we see more resale homes coming on the market, maybe more than we had same time a year ago, we have more supply to work with, same amount of buyers, that puts downward pressure on the price as well. So not telling you anything you really don't know here, but when you get someone who is randomly saying, I'm going to float a higher price, we've arbitrarily picked a number that no market force is supporting. It's just sitting out there. So what are your options at that point if you want to stay on the market? Unfortunately, you're in a wait mode because, as a great mentor of mine said when I first started doing this, $1 million of marketing is not going to sell an overpriced home, and it's just a fact. So what are you waiting on? You're either waiting on more demand to come up, could be an interest rate, could be maybe like a federal tax credit for first-time buyers or something to incentivize buyers to get into this market and lift the prices up, or you might want supply to have to shrink down a little bit lower to make fewer homes available, and that would lift the price up. But either way, you're waiting on something that may or may not happen. So let's say you're thinking about selling your home based on everything we talked about with the market and the curves and all that. And you're thinking, yeah, but I'm just going to put my price higher because I just want to float it, test the market, see what I can possibly get for it. Understandable, but know that there's some risks associated with that kind of a strategy. Number one is when you first come onto the market, you've got this momentum going. This is your peak time to reach potential buyers because you're the hot new listing on the market. You hopefully have got great promotional materials on it. The photography is excellent. All the marketing is in place and ongoing. And you want to get, because you have high momentum, lots of people in the house to look at the property. Because the more people you have in the house, there's a certain point where you're going to start to get good offers that you can start looking through. Now, when you're overpriced, it makes sense too that buyers are out there and they are looking for homes all the time, online, all the time, in person. They are becoming expert at what they should get for a certain price point in a certain area based on condition, floor plan, blah, blah, blah. They know this. So your home is higher and they see less. So if they're searching in that price range that your home happens to be priced at, they're not seeing the kitchen, they're not seeing the big yard, they're not seeing what they would expect on that price point. So you might start off with some pretty anemic showings that taper down to zero, just crickets after a while. Agent feedback is going to be telling you that the home is priced too high. There are going to be a lot of reasons why we're squandering that momentum that you could have in that first week or so. So just something to think about in that regard. If you still decide you want to hold out at that higher price, know this: even if you get a buyer to come in and write a contract at that price or in the vicinity of it, you still have to get an appraisal. 80% of the people here in the metro are financing homes still, so a lender is going to send an appraiser out there to make sure the contract price is justified. That appraiser is going to look at condition of the home, and he's also going to look at area sales. And if he or she does not see a sale price that justifies that, they're going to come back with a lower price. And then you're going to find yourself having to negotiate a lower price point anyway. So was it really worth sticking with that higher price point? So if you really do find that you want to start off with a higher price, be flexible, really pay attention. Pay attention to the showings, the number of showings. Is it what you expected? What are the agents saying about it? And be swift about your modifications. Don't be afraid to bring that price down. When you do it early enough, it's very easy to say to other agents who've shown it to get those people to come back. People will be paying attention and see that price decrease. But if you wait and wait and wait, it's just going to be that stale listing that's out there that no matter how much marketing you throw at it, you still can't sell an overpriced home. I hope this helps you guys out there. If you're a seller about to come on the market, listen to your agent and really go over those comps. It's fine to have a difference of opinion, but work through them, talk about them, about what is, what are your concerns, and let them show you with real world data about what things are going for. That way it saves you a lot of hassle. You're able to enjoy the momentum of that fresh marketing, being that new listing on the block, so to speak, and hopefully getting a really good offer for your home. You guys take care.